What's up, guys? It's Sam here. One of the things I haven't really started talking about is electric vehicles and self-driving, but that's something I've been following for a number of years now, and I want to start talking about it a little bit. But before I do that, make sure you press that red button that says subscribe as long and blah blah blah. Make sure you press that subscribe button and press that thumbs up button. So the first video I had to look this up before starting this, but the first video I did on Tesla was back in 2014. So before all these other people started doing videos on Tesla, but they obviously stuck with it and I did not. Was March 14th, 2008, March 18th, 2014. And then I did a number of those on a different channel, and that was back in the day. So I've been following Tesla for a number of years. I've been following Waymo from back in the day when they first started their self-driving car project, and then Cruise Automation more recently. So I just find it very interesting when you go and you'll read on, say, if I look at the news, right? If I go into my phone and I look at the news inside of my phone, so I go in here and I look at the news. So this says Tesla's autopilot, blah blah blah. Something else about Tesla. Anyway, so a lot of articles pop up in there because those are the ones that I read about those things. And when you see like a regular old school media company talking about these things, it is really evident within like their first few minutes of reading one of their articles. I don't have one off the top of my head, but like think, Washington Post or Reuters or Wall Street Journal, like one of those, you know what I mean? They have the cachet of like what used to be, but when you look at like the people who write these articles, nothing against them. Like they have a job to do and they're told to write about X, Y, and Z more than likely, so that's what they do. But you go through and read it, and you see that these people clearly don't know what the fuck they're talking about, I'm not like judging them, right? Like they're beholden to the game that they chose to play in, right? They chose to play in that to work for that company or whatever that company wants an article around X, Y, and Z, and they have to produce, right? Like for me, it's just been fun, and I follow along that journey. But these people might not do that. They just might follow automotive, or they might just write about tech, or they might write about some SoC, like the system on chip for phones and whatnot. So when they start talking about self-driving or the things related to Tesla or whatever, and they have no fucking idea what they're talking about, it comes through in their writing within the first like couple paragraphs. And I wish I had an article to show you, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about this because this is something that I pay attention to, that I enjoy learning more about and watching the industry develop as it comes along. And I have a lot of different ideas on topics or things to cover in that, but I wanted to get this out first and just reference that. I'm sure if there's a specific area that you kind of pay attention to, that's your thing, right? Like that's what you always just read about, whether it's in your business or your work, and that you just know, right? Whatever it is, like the different types of paper or ink you use for printing, whatever it is. And then you go through and you read a mainstream type article from one of these news organizations that's talking about the card stock on this fucking paper and the type of ink, and within half a second you see that they're shit. They just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Or when somebody talks to me about the gym, and they'll ask questions, and it's not like I don't judge anybody for that's cool, but it's for the people who know what's going on in terms of the area of expertise, that whatever it is for you, right? Like I pay attention to a lot of stuff in fitness, and I pay attention to Tesla and autopilot, Waymo, cruise automation, self-driving, just in general, that whole area. And when you've been doing it, so that the first thing I put out was in 2014. I'd been following them way before then, but they first put my first video was in 2014, so I wanted to reference that. But I've been following them. They actually, when they first had their Roadster, Tesla Roadster, on Top Gear back in the day, that was like, I don't know, late single digit 2000s, maybe 2006, 2007 ish. So it's been quite a long time, but I just didn't put any content out there. And I figured it was about time I should start doing that. So anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you press that subscribe button and press that thumbs up button. I'm also documenting my journey of getting to $100 a day online, telling you exactly what I'm doing, where I'm posting shit, and how I'm marketing it, and the results of that. So if you want to follow along with that, then press that little bell notification, and YouTube will tell you every time I post a new video. What could be better than that? So thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Also, reach out to me on Instagram if you guys have any questions or any feedback, or just follow along. Talk to you soon. Peace.